can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Good day. Welcome to Pagepedia Videography Challenge. My name is Omira Nassandra, your host for today. With us, we have a very beautiful woman, a wonderful mother and wife, a talented actress, presenter, and model. Please welcome with me Mrs. Ufuoma Mcdemott. You're welcome, Mom.
Thank you very much.
So please, can you tell us about yourself?
Well, I'm Ufuoma Mcdemott. I'm an actor, a producer, director. Okay, what else do you want to know?
Okay, tell us about your, educational background, where you went to school.
I went to primary school in 3 places because we moved around a lot. So there was Alama Private School in Jos, and then Tuashi National Primary School in Lagos. Then I finished from Muli International National Primary School in Ajawa State. Then I went up to Federal Government College of Dogolu, where I finished my secondary education. Had my tertiary education at University of Lagos, and I also had my master's degree at the University of Lagos. And then I've done certification courses in directing, filmmaking, producing, in human resource management, but I think I have more certification courses than my actual, school courses, so to say.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. So we gathered you started as a model in 2002, right?
Yes, I did. I actually started modeling in 1999.
Okay.
And that transpired for as long as it did. I went through modeling school, and then while I was in Unilag, I took part in a pageant where I won, and one of the benefits for the winner was to get, if you so wanted was to get funding for the forms for Miss Commonwealth national pageant. So I went in for that. I didn't make it to the tops, but I won the prize for the friendliest contestant. So when I went to pick up my prize as the winner, I went to the office of the company who sponsored, and that was where I ran into Zebijiro.
Oh, okay.
And he suggested I start acting. I think I gave him a tough time. He went on and on about telling me why he thought I'd make a good actor, but I just wasn't buying. So he graciously gave me his card. I told him if I was interested in acting, I was going to go straight to Hollywood. He wished me luck and gave me his card. But by the time I was in my 3rd year in university, because I studied French language, and one of the things we do is what we call the year abroad.
Okay.
For the year abroad, I was in the Badagry French village, and by the time we were done, my mates hadn't resumed on campus for final year, so I knew I had a whole year to wait. So I shamelessly picked up his card and called him and said, you know what, I'm ready to give it a try. And he was honestly very gracious.
Okay.
Luckily for me, he was auditioning, so I went for the audition, I got a role, and that kicked it off.
Okay, so how has the experience been so far?
With
acting?
It honestly has been, I can't complain. I think with every career path, you have your beginning period where you're also learning. So I had that as well, my learning phase. I also had, that period where I was like constantly in, a lot of projects. And then I had, got to the point where I sat back and I said, okay, you know what? This is about building a brand. So we need to be able to say, this is what we want for the brand. And I was able to itemize things to say, I was going to do this, I won't do this, I'll do this, I won't do this, So I think it's a journey and a process you go through with virtually every profession, especially a profession that just happens to you. I didn't study theater arts or anything. My the first time I ever studied anything related to what I do was in 2011 when I did my acting course in New York Film Academy. So I had to go through all the learning curves, my teething period of, learning on the job. Sometimes it backfired, sometimes it was good. So it's been great.
It's been good so far. Okay, so tell us, how do you balance work, family, and all of that?
I really honestly do not like that question, because I think that a lot of people think that when you know or recognize people, especially, and this question is usually a lot with the women folk, and it makes me go like, ah. When you recognize people, people believe that you must have some supernatural powers. No, we don't. The same way a banker, a doctor, or the woman who sells tomatoes will balance out her business and taking care of the kids at home. She has to wake up in the morning, prepare food, and then take her tomatoes to the market and sell. And she realizes that at such a time, the kids have to come from school, so she'll leave her tomatoes, go and pick the kids. It's the same thing. You need to sort out what your priorities are. When you know your priorities, it's very easy for you to manage the rest of it. And so somehow you make it work. I don't want to believe that there's anything unique about, how I balance it out. No, you balance it out because you have to. You've got to make it work. I've got 2 kids and I know that they are my priority. I know that whatever it is I'm doing, I have to sort them out first. So you sort them out and every other thing falls into place.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So tell us, what are your personal or professional goals for the future?
Okay. For me, my goals are actually stuff that have been in my head for as long as I've wanted to do anything in my life. And I think for a long time I have rebelled with the idea of doing it because it's almost like going into unknown waters. I'd always wanted to create children's content. I'd always wanted to make TV or whatever kind of productions for kids.
Okay.
And it's because I understand the importance of reaching out to a generation from a very tender age. If there are certain morals you want to instill, you don't instill it when they're old.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You need to get to them from... So I understand the importance of entertaining kids while we teach them.
Okay.
And that's what I've always wanted to do. So my big dream is to actually run a production outfit for children.
Okay, thank you. All right, so tell us, if you could change anything about yourself, anything, what would that be?
If I changed anything, then I wouldn't be Ufuoma. I'd be someone else. And so I think that everything I am, everything I have, everything I've done, said, thought, has been a process to getting me to where I am today. It has made me the person I am today, a person that I am very, very proud of.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'll change anything. So I'd make the same mistakes again. I would fall into the same pits again to get to this point that I am at.
Okay. So, in retrospect, what do you know now? You wish you knew, some years ago, some years back, before going into the movie industry?
I think the truth is, what I wish I knew is also something that I think maybe I looked down on, because my initial attitude towards the film industry is in some ways the same kind of attitude I get from people now when I try to talk about the industry and how much the industry has grown. What I wish I knew was how much effort, how much work went into producing one picture. If I knew how much it took. It's very, I won't use the word easy, but it's very different from a musician who goes into a studio. It's possible for you to even produce your own sound. You can actually go to the studio, create your bit, if you're a good vocalist, you lay your vocals, mix it up, and hey, the rest is maybe like marketing it. You can't do that as an actor. You can't do that as a producer, as a director, as a cinematographer, as a gaffer, as a sound person. It takes a whole team to create even a short film. And if only I knew how much effort went into producing one project, I think I would have respected filmmakers a whole lot more than I did.
Okay. So what factors should a person consider before picking, a career in this line?
Okay, the truth is, because we're up front, a lot of people think that everything it takes to make a picture is an actor.
Yeah.
The actor is just one person. There's the director, there's the producer, there's probably an assistant producer, an assistant director, there's a production manager, there's a gaffer, there's a lighting person, there's a sound person, there's the cinematographer, there's a whole lot of people, there's the editor, there's a sound, you have the colorist, you have the graphic artist, you have a sound designer. There's so many career paths in the filmmaking business. But one of the things I need people to understand is that the filmmaking industry is a business. And if you ask any business person, they tell you that one of the things you need to understand, for me it's twofold. is that you would not always be in a job.
Okay.
That's the first thing. So you have a job today, you might have the next job a year from now. The second thing you need to understand is you've got to imbibe, embrace a saving culture.
Okay.
So for you to be able to span out in the hope that, the next time you're going to be in a project is at this time, you've got to spread out whatever it is you earn. You can't be the kind of person who consumes all now.
Okay.
Because whatever bills you have to pay, you've got to spread them out. So you've got to take into cognizance that you might not have a job for a long time. They might come concurrently for the next 6 months you're working. Hallelujah, praise Jehovah. But it might not happen. So you've got to be that strong person who understands that I've got to keep my finances and my life in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say be a regimented person. I think a lot of people in our industry are not regimented at all, and it will be asking too much to ask them to be regimented. But you've got to have a very strong sense of discipline.
Okay. Okay. So tell us, for now, what would you say is your greatest career accomplishment for now?
I still think it was my 2010 nomination at the Monte Carlo TV Festival, where I was nominated in the same category with Tina Fey, Jane Krakowski, and January Jones. I felt like I was on top of the world. That was big. That was a big deal for me. And then, I went for the event. I walked the red carpet with Roger Moore, with Tate Diggs, LL Cool J, Ice-T. It was... I couldn't have asked for more.
It was. I could imagine. So, what would you say is the greatest stress in the job? Like, what's that thing that you're like, oh my God?
A lot of things would differ for people. I don't know. I think for me, it is scheduling.
Okay.
Scheduling in that sometimes we schedule things, but they don't always go according to the plans. And so sometimes you're on a job and they tell you you're billed to be on set for Monday, and you've worked out Monday and you've cleared your calendar for Monday. Your PM can call you on Sunday night and say, I'm so sorry, we can't do you on Monday because we haven't finished with this location. So for you, it's almost like you've lost every other thing that you could have done because you've cleared out Monday, and you can't do anything else with Monday. So you probably have to look for other things to engage yourself in if you're not the kind of person who does your own thing. So I think scheduling can sometimes just drive me crazy, but it happens. And especially as a producer, I've come to realize that it's not because there's a lack of planning, or it's not because there is anybody's being lazy or anything. Sometimes it just happens. We have the almighty act of God. So you plan that we're going to film on Sunday and get ready for Ufuoma on Monday, and then it rains on Sunday. Automatically what you do is move everything over to Monday. So it happens, but it still drives me crazy.
Okay. So tell us, what contribution do you think your job offers the society at large?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll start from here. I think people need to understand the kind of tool that the media is. It's a big tool. And if you get your facts and your statistics right, you would understand that informing people via the news, for example, reaches a certain demography of people. The larger demography is not interested in anything that's serious. So if you want to inform them, you've got to put it in a certain way that they're willing to sit down to watch or listen to, and then while they're doing that, you throw the information in. And that's what my industry does. Yes, we're storytellers. Really, our work is not to inform. That's the newscaster's work. We're out to entertain. But we also realize and understand that while we're entertaining, we can inform, we can teach, we can educate, we can reevaluate morals, cultures, and even, I hate to use this word, but even propaganda. So it means that if I decide that I want the whole of a certain demography who likes a certain program to imbibe a certain kind of ideology, I need to do it gradually, slowly, but surely, consistently. And over time, that demography believes, you know what, this is how it is. This is what it is. And that is how powerful our industry can be. And I think a whole lot of people need to understand that power. And it's the reason why you need to watch out for what your kids listen to or what they watch, because it's so powerful. They believe it's the truth. Don't forget that the television is a means that can talk to them, but they can't talk to. So they can ask questions. They can say, oh, really? Is that true? Should she be doing that? So for them, it's yeah and amen. They see it done and they believe that's how it should be done. So if people understand how powerful this is, and they understand the kind of messages that can go through, you know, a television box to whoever's watching, we'll be more careful about the kind of content we put out.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you too.
So, in the spirit of Pagepedia tradition, our guest for the day, which is you, ma'am, is to challenge 2 or more people you like to get them sit with us. So, would like you to look into the camera when you do that. Think.
Have you gotten Lamy Phillips here?
No.
Okay, I nominate Lamy Phillips.
Okay.
Who else? Who else? I don't know.
Think.
How about Omaumi?
No, she's not been.
I know this. Don't kill me. I nominate Omaumi.
She wouldn't kill you.
She'll kill me, trust me.
One more.
Oh, you said 2.
One more.
Uti.
No.
I nominate Uti Wanchuku. Yay!
All right, thank you very much for that. So, what word of advice do you have for young generation and people who look up to you as a source of inspiration?
I've realized something I wish I'd realized a lot earlier in my life. I've always been a hard worker, always. But you know, I didn't understand how much that could come back to give you joy. And sometimes I sit back and stuff that I've done, you know, since how long, you know, people make reference to, and I actually get either payment or accolades for that. And it then occurred to me that hard work would not kill you. So just work hard. Work hard, work hard, work hard. And you get to where you want to go to.
Okay. You've heard it all. Work hard, and work hard. It's been fun so far.
Yes,
Thank you very much, ma'am, for having us. Thank you. Join us for more videos on www.pagepedia.com. Thank you.